Hey, fellow Saggies, it's Jen here. I'm doing your reading for a January check-in. So thanks for joining me. I did some channeling today, and I decided to shuffle ahead of time, and these fell out, and I saw them. So I just have them already turned over because of that. So, okay, Sag, what I was getting is that you have a blank slate. Your past, anything, relationships, health, even to a point, career, outlook. None of that dictates the here and now. But what you do in this moment and moving forward is what defines you. Um, this is very positive. I see this as a big inner shift. What are the cards? I didn't even look. The hot priest. Oh, and death, transformation. Yeah. A breath of fresh air, a release. I definitely saw a blockage released. And that could be anything from maybe you had a sink or something that was clogged all the time and it magically just goes away, or you finally get it unblocked. We even had a beaver dam release around here, and it didn't do any damage really, but it changed the landscape. And so that's what I see, it sort of changing the landscape. So you could be moving. It could even be health-wise. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, so it could be about changing the landscape. You may just need maybe you just need a fresh start, or you've been given a fresh start. Or if you realize what's happening as a fresh start. It's again, it's very exciting. It's very positive. It's very freeing. You feel lighter. I see. Then I see an easygoing person or situation is emerging or entering into your life. So whether you see this person, I think for a lot of us, it'll be a person, romantic or otherwise, but it could be, anything, a new job, a new place to live. Could be anything. But even if the situation doesn't actually happen in January, something about in January the seeds are sown. It's starting at the minimum. There could be a connection from the West Coast, and I'm really thinking the West Coast of the U.S. So maybe it's actually, California had that reputation for being laid back, so it could be someone from there. But there just could be something going on with you with the West Coast. I'm not really sure any more than that. I was actually doing some fire scrying for this meditation, and I saw someone dancing under the stars. It was really kind of cool. I just used YouTube and just pulled up a campfire. It's kind of fun. I see you making peace with someone or something. So this could be part of that letting go if it's not an actual relationship. I think you'll part of the blank slate and not allowing anything in the past to dictate who you are today and moving forward, that you will be able to let things go easier. This fresh start, this not hold on, letting go of any resentments or any of that stuff, because it's petty. Even if it was serious, you just have a more global perspective of in the long run. I'm sorry, the sun's just coming up, and I'm really going to try to have better lighting in my videos. I'm working on this project where I had to go back through and look at the cards pulled in my videos, and the lighting is horrible. So I'm going to really try to be better, but I only have certain number of places I can read, but I kind of love that the sun's coming up right now during this reading, and that's what it is. It's like a sunrise, a new day, um, a new opportunity, a real appreciation for those simple things, like a Six of Cups energy. And I think this new person that comes in is going to have a similar philosophy. I don't know if I just turned 50, yay. I don't know if it's just when you're younger. Some people, though, are born such old souls. I mean, there are some kids I feel like if I live 10 lifetimes, I won't have their wisdom. And, older people who are just as trapped in a limited mindset as they ever were. So, I mean, we can't make generalizations too much, but there is a certain amount of life experience and getting older that does sometimes frame things in a different way. And I completely forgot where I was going with that. I have, moving on, write ideas down. Use the note section or voice memos on your phone. Get a journal just for your thoughts and ideas, and make sure you review it periodically. Look for patterns and synchronicities. Seemingly unrelated ideas go together surprisingly well. You could have lots of little ideas, so maybe a Seven of Cups, that creative energy, but not really sure which one to pick, but maybe you can combine some of them. And it totally made me think, I think this is so funny. So just in reference, I live in Vermont, marijuana is legal. But my mom was talking about her friend who's really into craft beer. It's a big thing here in the Northeast. I think probably all over, and she's also a birder. So everything she does is like, and so my mom said she does something called, I think, Birds and Buds, where they just go out and look for birds. And she's like, no, it's suds. It's birds and suds. Oh, I don't know why that cracked me up, hearing that come out of my soon to be 78-year-old mom's mouth. But so the point being that combining, maybe you can combine things. People do this, but it made me think of those meetups. And I know we can't necessarily safely do them right now with COVID, but it could be something where you look into that. Or maybe you join a group, and even though they're not actually out doing it, there's some sort of virtual activities where you can get to know people, get to know the group. And it might really be, I don't know, I just see something, and that could maybe be the connection to that easygoing person. But I see, let's try something new. Let's lean into the Sagittarian nature and try some new things and get out, in quotes, without actually, preparing for when we can. Taking chances, putting yourself out there. But I guess I really do see this. I'm not surprised that the Hierophant and the Death card is out there, because it's really transforming how you look at life. Oh, I know what I was going to say about, I can't remember if I finished with this thought about the person. Meeting a person with a similar, once you mature, you do kind of think, you do sort of, oh, I'm going to let that petty stuff, things like that just don't matter. I lost my mom. You know what I mean? You start, and this person, I'm not going to let this person cutting me off on the road unglue me, because I would take that every day for the rest of my life over whatever. You can get that perspective. And so I think this new easygoing person that's coming in, they will have sort of a similar philosophy, a similar experience or deep understanding at that level where you really connect. And it's something that I'm not sure, I certainly missed. Maybe I didn't know what mine was. That could be it too when I was younger. And so I just was sort of, oh, I'm attracted to that person. They like me too. We sort of we have fun. My criteria was pretty basic. And now coming to the understanding that there are much deeper things than attraction and superficial fun that really connect people. Okay, got the chills. Birds and buds. Oh, Mom. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I'm going to start that. Temperance, here's us coming straight into the new year. You can't see when I have the stone there, the card name, but temperance, bringing things into balance. I can see, tempering our reaction, just a more easygoing, a more acceptance, a calmer way of being. Some of you may want to get into the beer brewing or some sort of that craft beverages. It could be anything. I mean, here you could do maple syrup, something. This could be like where two things that you're not sure go together, like chocolate and peanut butter. You find some sort of, I mean, I can see people here doing maple beer, maple this, maple that. But pick something that is, okay. I'm seeing this person prepping for a farmer's market, selling their wares. I mean, that could be anything, making jewelry. It could be a service that you provide. Maybe you want to do tarot readings. You definitely should. If you ever, instead of wanting a tarot reading, want to just talk about tarot, you can order a reading for me and we can do that too. It doesn't have to be an actual tarot reading. It could be coaching for tarot. Maybe, I see candles. Have you ever had beeswax candles? I just love them. I don't know. There's all sorts of things going on in here that remind me of that you have something that you can create. And I think I've had this strong energy. I'm on vacation while I'm taping this, but all this creative energy, but I'm not sure where to direct it, and it's kind of bothering me. I am having that Seven of Cups. I'm having trouble knowing where to put it. So allow creativity to come out of you. It doesn't have to come out in a traditional way. For example, drawing. If you have something that you're into, it could be Fortnite. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have a sincere interest and people can see that passion, you may have something. So moving on to the High Priest. The High Priest it can be read as tradition, government, institutions, if you work for a big company and things like that, structure, bureaucracy, things have to go through a process. But if you think about it, if our banks had no process and you brought in back in the day cash and the teller just put it in a pile and didn't bother writing things down, and that would be a problem. So some of the structures are there to ensure that there's standardization and fairness. And do they always work? Hell no. But the idea behind it. But this is also questioning that. Wait a minute. It could be anything. I almost don't want to give examples. There's a bird here. Here's the sun coming up too. This is another potion, and there's a well here too. It's interesting. Lots of times they're like chalices, cups, because of the cups cards. But we have a cauldron, something that's happening here. We have something happening here. We have a water source here. If you have a symbol some sort of symbol. If you see lots of people have cardinals, hummingbirds, it depends on that you think symbolizes a loved one visiting you, then I see that happening, that's real. Sometimes just seeing it in a card, if you've been asking for a sign and me saying this is the sign, right? Even if you don't see the bird later. But what's your philosophy? It's sort of gathering all that information that then later the hermit takes and retreats and tries to figure out what makes the most sense for them and what are their guiding principles. What's most important. And I do see that what is most important, releasing the pettiness. I'm taking a fresh start, literally from today, from right this moment on. This is the way it's going to be. But it's very exciting and fresh and releasing, and that's a lot of what the death card is. And it's something where you won't go back. I always use the example. My mom started running with like 4 people in her 40s, and only 2 of them stayed with it, and they still run today. It's something, I just said she's 70, soon to be 78. It's something that sticks. It's not, yeah, I'm going to go on this fad diet and lose weight, but then it's not sustainable. It's a full lifestyle change, right? But I think it has a lot to do with the outlook and that temperance card. Five of Wands. It's an interesting picture in this. It's much more cooperative. There's one of those ants. So a lot of hard work. Working smarter, not harder, doesn't mean you're not working hard. Using your tools, your skills. You're stronger than you think you are. They're almost practicing their spells. Some of you may be really into rituals or doing things even like salt baths. I do see, for me, this card has become the card of training, of exercise. So maybe you're deciding you do want to, maybe you're doing couch to 5K, whatever that thing is, making a goal and getting together with people. Maybe you join a running club or you want to join a biking club in the summer, something that ensures that you're getting up and getting out and getting exercise. And it's going to check a lot of boxes. Social, when we can do it safely, socially, physically, which all benefits you mentally. Now, the Five of Wands is a 5, so it does tend to create a little friction potentially. It's a spectrum. It can be amazing teamwork and really fun competitiveness that's motivating and positive. And it can go swing all the other way to just petty people and really competitive people and really selfish people, and just create an atmosphere and just a negative energy around it. You know how that is? Like some offices are just harmonious and everyone's happy and supportive, and for the most part it's a really nice place. And ones that are just so heavy and there's all this weirdness. Oh, I don't know if it's just because I'm sensitive to energy, but I won't stay in an office like that. I can't. But it's annoying enough that it causes you can't ignore it anymore. You need to make some changes. I mean, it's probably been something that you've been ignoring for a long time, and now it's just like, why the fuck am I dealing with this? Like, this is part of that. Why do I continue to deal with this, or to engage with this, or allow this to get into my energy? There's a picnic involved. There is bread and wine. I don't know if that's for some sort of ritual, but this is reminding me again they have sort of maybe a spell book, a spell book or something. But to me, it's creating a recipe. So maybe you're doing something with recipes. I really am going back to some of you brewing something up, doing something with aromatherapy. I mean, it doesn't have to be a liquid, but creating your own recipe is coming through now. Or spell. I see spell work. She has a book and looks like a knife, candle, herbs, fire, has all the stuff. Make a little studio. If you do get into something, because I need to take this advice for myself. I need to find, I don't mind where I'm sitting now, but I need almost, I just don't really have a place in my house. It's the problem. I need a place because I'm in the middle of my kitchen right now. I would just like a place that is more out of the way, that's more of like a little cocoon that I could go in and do my readings. So make sure you give yourself the proper tools to do what you want to do if you can afford it, because it will make, even if it's a little bit seems frivolous, it will make your job so much easier and things so much better. You'll be so glad you made that investment. All right. I'm such a Vermonter. All right. Okay, Sag, we are done here. I hope you're doing really well. Take care. Bye.